First of all, I really appreciate having heard all these different perspectives. I'm a parent with a high school junior and a daughter that's a sophomore in college. We are a family of privilege, but I recognize that my children are going to be growing up with peers who need to be educated to have a good society. And I was at a League of Women Voters panel discussion last week where it was brought up that our accountability measures for No Child Left Behind are in fact hurting. The kids that they're hurting most are the bright kids that are poor. They're the ones who are not getting to achieve at their highest potential, and that really, really bothers me. And I come to, again, another concern when I read in the paper today about a letter to the editor about Nike's piles of cash. And I wonder to what degree, I mean, on one hand, we have done so many things, we've seen so many things at the federal level that have given breaks to big multinational corporations. But here at the state level, we do too, with the single sales factor, with all sorts of tax breaks, expenditures, giving Nike annexation freedom for 30 years. Tell me, how are we going to invest in our kids under these circumstances when the very poorest are being harmed by any opportunity that we can to try to get them ahead?
Well, we'll all step forward on that one, won't we? I think there are a couple of things, and I really appreciate you raising those issues, and I'm no definitive voice on it. I think there are a couple of things that we need to be a part of. And one of those is changing some of the narrative. Changing some of the narrative about what education means. Changing some of the narrative about, and the mechanics of how do you get there from here. And also changing the narrative that involves dialogue between all of us about what are our priorities and what's necessary. So what I'm telling you, which the more I say it sounds further and further off, is that we need to have the kind of leadership and conversations with each other that get to a lot of the issues that you've mentioned. And we haven't had the ways to get at that before, and I'm hoping that we haven't used the ways that we've had before. And so I'm hoping that as we have other structures, we can have those conversations in some different kinds of more meaningful ways to get to people whose interests have not been met.